such a valid question, So when a divorce happens, and I'm going to focus more on women because I think women go through this more than men, is that there is a loss of identity. There are few things that happens. So there's some existential questions that come into, that a woman faces and probably is looking for answers, is because if you see in an Indian context, and I know it's changing, right? We're kind of going into the more modern world, is a lot of times women's identity, I can say in the past, is a lot of the identity came from the husband or the children, so-and-so's mother or so-and-so's wife. So when the divorce happens or the marital dissolution happens, the first thing that comes is, who am I? The biggest question is, who am I? What is my purpose? Why am I here? So there's a women starts questioning the religion, starts questioning her upbringing, her value systems. I was brought up with the thought that marriage is going to last forever, but this is all gone. Everything part of my life has changed. Starts questioning her religious faiths, her belief systems. Everything comes into question. And going through a divorce is a very, very long, drawn, tiring process. Yeah. And so another thing which happens is women, they shy away from connecting to others. There's a sense of embarrassment. The reasons could be different, or moving towards isolation. So it becomes a part of that. There is sometimes embarrassment. There's, there could be different reasons why one tends to move into isolation when something like this happens. But the thing is, and anyway, going through the process of divorce, it being long and tiresome, also makes people feel very lonely. Okay. But as human beings, we have a very high need of connection and belonging. And we need connection and belonging more, especially in the times when we are in trouble. Like if you see during the COVID, this staying at home had become such a big issue because we are all facing or feeling the dangers, but then we are isolated. You see that so there is a need, a humane need that we have is to reach out to our loved ones when we are in trouble. So the need becomes much more. But somehow this whole process makes you feel very lonely. So it is important, because it's such a difficult process, and not only you are involved, children, families, everyone is involved in this. It's important to have a strong support system. I'm not saying like 20, 30 people, but at least even if you have 2 or 3 people who can actually support you through this time and help you answer these questions that you're going through. Because the more questions you have, the more tendency will be to be isolated or, not face the world. But you still have to deal with it. You still have to go to the legalities. You still have to pick yourself up. If you're not financially independent, you still have to pick yourself up and find a job. Do the things that you need to do. So it is so important to have this support system around you, though you would want to get rid of everyone around. They're going to be the support that you need. They could be providing moral support. They could provide emotional support. They could be providing economic support. They could provide anything that you need. Even if their kids involved, somebody comes and say, okay, I'm going to take your kids and look after them for a week. So that will give you time to recover from the grief and loss that you're going through, whatever you need to do. So indirectly, it is a big support. Yeah. So the best people to help support that you should have is to have a therapist. So therapist has got multiple roles in your life. They're probably the people who are the most non-judgmental people, who are always there to support you at whatever cost. Yeah, so they're going to be a big support system, but people don't actually do that. A lot of people forget that aspect of the role of a therapist.
Right.
So therapist is important. Your lawyers are supposed to be part of your support team. If you can get divorce coaches, they're people who are specialized in, to support you if you're going through a divorce. So those are very important people. Your friends, your family. So if you have this few people in your support system, I think you should be fine. You should be able to get through this time. And it is tough time. It is a life-changing event. It takes a lot of courage to go through this.